I'm making 4 arrows with 4 different styles of broadheads. I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch, and then we're going to test them out to see which one penetrates the best and would kill a real life animal in a hunting situation. There it is. It's gonna be a pretty nasty broadhead. Look at that thing. That is cool. Nice barbs on it. That'll take out a rabbit or a carp. All right, it's been drying overnight. Look at that gnarly broadhead. It's all dry and looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna put the fletchings on. Well, I didn't show this, but I just cut them out of this. It's a cattle tag. There it is right there. Got them all cut out and time to glue them on. I just heat treated this. Tell by all the black soot stuff, but I'm about to sand it and it's gonna be really satisfying when it comes out. The video where we floated the uncharted river, I picked up a bunch of these rocks and they looked like they had flint or something inside. So let's see if they'll have anything. It's not the greatest material, but I bet you I can make an arrowhead out of this. Well, I've been doing that for a little while now. You can see all those, but some pretty good flakes. Look at that one. It's pretty sharp. Let's see what we can do with these. Okay, that's what I'm going to start with. Not the greatest piece, but I'm not working with very good materials. I think I can get an arrowhead out of that. I just got a deer horn here. It's already kind of screwed up, so I think I'll use it. And got some leather shaps. See if we can narrow it down. It's not the best stuff, but it kind of flakes. Not really the best flint knapper either, so it works. Just happy little strokes here. Getting the final shape down, I got to do the point, find the edges a little bit, but it's coming along. Okay, let's add the final point. This is where I'm going to screw it up or not. So stressful. It's getting kind of sharp. All right, this is where it gets really stressful. Try and narrow it just a little bit more without breaking the point, but it's not far off. So I could snap the whole point very easily. I think I might just call it good there. There's the finished point. For this material, I don't want to go any smaller. I'm not even going to try and put side notches because it's not very good material, but that'll work right there. That'll definitely kill a rabbit. Got some glue on there. Got it glued in, and now I'm just wrapping it up with some thread real good. Well, there it is. All glued up. Sucky materials, but I think that'd kill a rabbit. This is not a big game arrow, but that would definitely kill a rabbit. Reused one of my other arrows, so it's already got the fletchings on. It's ready to slay. Alright, since I'm doing an arrow building video, I figured I'd show kind of the evolution of how I even got to start building these arrows. So this is some of them. Everything from here to here is all arrows that have killed something. Mostly are all small game. These are some new ones that I got, and then these are some scrap ones, but anyways. There's a rabbit with a flint arrowhead. I made the shaft out of a cedar branch, turkey feathers. Same with these. That killed them with all 3 flint broadheads. And then these ones were some of the first ones. They all killed rabbits. The feather fletching, and then that's when I came up with the cattle tag fletching. And it just worked so well that I just started going with it. These were thicker broadheads, just pointy. They weren't hafted on very well. They're pretty thick, but they worked. Then I got to this one. Got the thinner metal, big broadheads. These ones were kind of fun. Big old broadhead. That one got a rabbit. Huge harpoon point. That one killed a couple carp. These are some of the later ones. That one got a jackrabbit. All these, and then these arrows have not gotten anything yet, but we're about to test these ones. Got that one. That one. That's a thick piece of metal. See how that works. And then that's the flint one. So we'll test these out now. Before we start here, I'm going to sharpen them all up. Not that sharp, just with sandpaper, but to get them all about the same. Like I said, it's not razor sharp, but it's sharp enough. We'll get them all about the same so they test well. Obviously the flint, can't sharpen it, it's already sharp. So got the old trusty cowboy boot. It's one of my favorite ways to test because it's just leather, you know, it's thick cow skin, so it simulates pretty well. You know, a small game animal, big game animal, whatever. Obviously it doesn't have hair like an elk or something was. It doesn't have muscle or bones or anything, but the target kind of replicates that. So it's a pretty good test. It's not foolproof, but it'll show whether it'll cut something or not. The yellow jacket arrow, it's got this kind of Comanche style point. And then after that, got this big wide one. This is the one I made in the video, but I shot it into a rock after carp, kind of bent the tip, so I shortened it down a little bit, and it's all sharp though. All right, that was the yellow jacket arrow. It went clean through. Out the other side, quite a bit. It's pretty good. These ones are hard to get out though. It's got such a narrow thing that it didn't cut too wide. The wide broadheads actually seem to do better in this test. You can see it's just a little thin little cut right there. That was the big wide broadhead. Let's see how it did. Yeah, look at that. It's the furthest one in. Even though it's the widest and it kind of looks blunt, it just chops right through. These ones are hard to get out. This one's kind of a harpoon point. A little bit harder. But yeah, if you can see that hole right there, it's a lot wider than the other ones. For big game or something, that one would actually be the best. Even though you would think the narrow ones would do better, the skinny narrow ones, on this test, it cuts such a wider channel that it just helps it pass through. The thick broadhead right there, it's kind of a cool leaf-shaped one. Try it out. It's a heavy arrow. This one's my heaviest one. We're just like 10 yards away, nothing crazy, and I'm aware that my string is about to fall apart, and I kind of just want to see how long it'll last. It's been going for a while now. The leaf-shaped one, just like that. It's really wedged in there. That's crazy. Because it's not very wide, it's wedged in there versus some of the wider ones cut. it looks like it would be the stabbiest, and it is pointy, but oh my gosh, there's so much friction on there. And it's a tiny little hole. Look, that's the hole right there. It just barely cut. So this one looks like it would be pretty deadly, but it's actually probably the least deadly of all 4 of these arrows. But it is very tough. It's a thick broadhead. I can shoot this at 1,000,000 rabbits and it'll do its job and never break. So, all right, now for the flint broadhead. This is not a very good flint one. So I'm gonna test it out on a thinner piece of leather instead of the cowboy boot. I'm gonna be a little bit closer just to test it because I don't want to break it, but we'll try it out. That went right through, no problem with the flint. I didn't know how it was gonna do, but look at that. So on a rabbit, I mean, maybe even a little deer, that would have gone right in. That's crazy. You know, obviously there's flesh, so, you know, there's more resistance, but cool. All right, flint broadhead test 2. Try one more. Flint broadhead test 3. Okay. Okay, so it got the least penetration of any of the metal, but that went right through. That's not bad. That would have cut into something. Even though it's pretty thick and kind of a primitive one, that definitely would kill something. And it didn't break. Nice. Look at that. That's a pretty good cut. It actually cut wider than a lot of the metal ones for some reason. That's a good hole. It's got this, because of the serrations on there, it did some damage right there. Wow, cool. In conclusion, this one definitely did the best. It cut the widest channel, deepest. Even though it looks dull, it was definitely the best. Then this one, the yellow jacket, skinny but sharp. Then this one. These two were pretty dang close. What's crazy is these two did almost exactly the same performance. This one's really stabby and sharp, but because it's so narrow, it didn't really cut that great and it had a lot of friction. This one cut really good, but it's so thick that it also had a lot of friction, but they did about the same. The adventure shall not stop. That's funny. Right when I did that, the string broke. It finally ate the dust. This thing has been going for months, but heck yeah, I'll build a new string now.